Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I can't hear you. Hmm.
Hi, Carlos.
Oh,
It's Robin.
Robin. Hello. Great
How
to
are
see you.
you?
Fine,
Yeah, good to
fine.
see you too. Wait, I can turn on my camera for a moment. There. There we go. Wow, you have a beautiful background there. Is that your real place?
No, I wish. I wish.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, it was more or less just 1 month ago when I was in Switzerland for holidays. And it
Nice.
was pretty sure that it was like my hotel, but it's not. It's not. We are waiting for the snow, waiting for the water. So this is more a wish. But I think that is very nice. If we are going to talk about Vivaldi and the winter, then
Mm,
we will be inside the atmosphere.
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, good. Well, I just want to say hi. I'm going to turn off my camera now.
Okay, I love you to see here.
So I realized what had happened. Somehow Siri appeared on my MacBook Pro, that evil bitch, and she blocked my audio. So, these things happen. But but that's a horrible sound that Siri makes. We're going to hear some wonderful sounds from Carlos in a second. Let's wait another minute to let people come in as they keep coming in. We will have a critical mass. We already have a good crowd, and we'll get even better. So hang on for about another minute or so.
I will close all these browsers just to be sure it works.
So what did I miss, Carlos? Is that a real background? Was that
No,
the
no.
conversation? Uh,
I would love to have this background at home.
yeah,
It's only,
I don't think
well,
that's Madrid
no,
somehow.
no, no, no. It's
No,
very, very close to Switzerland. But
yeah,
I'm in Madrid right now.
yeah. What, are you dreaming of skiing? You better
Yeah,
go because it's all melting.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
No, no,
sorry,
no,
but
no. Now I was there for a while, just 1 month ago, and it was beautiful, in Zermatt, and
oh, okay. Where are you
yeah.
in Mont Blanc?
No, 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 Mont Blanc. No.
Uh, all right, here we go. We have a lot of autopilots here. So good, excellent. I think we're ready to start here. There will be more coming in, but we have quite a nice gathering. This is someone who is no stranger to Vrara, and probably not a stranger to most of the people on the call, whether you're a member of Vrara or not. Carlos Fernandez, of course, is president of Vrara, Spain, and has been heavily involved as a leader in the education committee of Vrara. And what he's going to present and we'll discuss today is very educational focused, what he's calling Vivaldi 3.0. Really an amazing project. He had me at Ambisonics because I'm heavily involved in that right now. We can talk about that more in a second. Essentially immersive audio, but bringing that together in virtual experiences for people to really understand Vivaldi's four seasons. For those who don't pay attention to calendars, we're still in winter. I don't care what Punxsutawney Phil says. We will be in winter. And of course, I think most people are familiar with Vivaldi Spring, but I could be wrong. We're going to take a poll. I'm actually going to take a poll here. And without further ado, I will turn it over now to Senor Carlos Fernandez. Carlos.
Thank you very much, Chris. Well, I know that Fernandez is more familiar in the States, but my name is Ochoa. I know it's different, difficult to pronounce,
As
but
I
Ochoa,
said, Carlos Ochoa,
yeah,
which you're
yeah.
familiar with. Yes.
Ochoa is 8A. Well, please, thank you very much for having this opportunity. This is the first time I'm going to talk about this project in this environment, and I thought it was the best opportunity to make it happen in this committee. And it was like a devolution of our previous talk between Chris and myself. But allow me to say something just previously, because I got the feeling that I feel like an intruder in the world of rules. and I enjoy breaking them and share if out of the boldness of recklessness. But I delight in discovering new ways to excite and convey and live the unique, unimaginable. So I like to start the presentation by mentioning one of my favorite film directors, which is Martin Scorsese. He has been in Madrid recently, and I love the words that he said in a press conference when he said, I explore technique in the fullest extent. I enjoy tracking shots, non-narrative structures, making films where I can toy with the structure as if they were musical pieces, because I believe music is the purest form of art, he explains. So how to explain this project or this experience? I think that Chris make it very, very well. He said, part of video game, part classical concert, part learning experience. So I'm going to talk something about an immersive experience around Antonio Vivaldi, but it's not a project, it's a life experience. We are growing this with this project every single day. So the best is I can share my screen, and then you will see what we are doing, what we want to do, what is the status of the project, and how I feel so happy and excited about this incredible project. Okay, we have been working in this sector, let's say, for many years. Our last experience was about the music with five senses, and it was an educational experience around the music of Mozart, Tchaikovsky, and Respighi. And this was very good for us to understand all the rules about the immersion and how to connect students, young generations, with the creative arts and the music. Can you imagine students between 13th and 18th listening classical music or watching videos around Vivaldi or Mozart? Impossible, no? Well, we have been for more than 4 years with this experience all around Spain and also in Colombia. So when this project came to me, and I said, well, this is really a challenging opportunity, because if we are going to talk about Vivaldi, which was really an innovator in his area, and Ara Malikian, which is one of the most amazing international musicians playing violin, I said, okay, for us it's really a challenge. So we have to make something incredible. So we need to create magic. So then we started to immerse ourselves, all the team, in the life of Vivaldi and all the sonnets and all the papers written about this incredible music and all the experiences that we discovered all around the world, how different musicians or different schools of music were trying to represent the four seasons. And on the other hand, trying to understand how this incredible musician, Ara Malikian, was playing in the concert with this magic piece. Okay, so then we started to prepare all the sessions. We were around 3 days, day and during the whole day, recording the different sessions just for training with the musicians, with the students, with Zara, and this was a really, really incredible experience. And then we had the opportunity to understand and to learn the best way to see the interconnection between the musicians and the duet between the cello and the violin and the game and the atmosphere, in the way that we said how we can get and how we can collect all the soul of these pieces inside the virtual world. And this was the first step. The second step was, okay, then we need to understand the best place where we have to put the cameras, 360 cameras, 360, 18 cameras, and where to put the sound. So we had different robotics cameras just for the post-production atmosphere, and we had the ambisonic sound. The theater is incredible. It was supported by Sony, and the sound and the quality is almost perfect. So what we did is to understand where it was the best place and how we are going to record the session. So we recorded more than, let's say, 20 hours of live concerts, just with people in the auditorium, without people, and then we finally recreate the new script with the new storytelling according all the feelings and thoughts and perceptions that we got during this day. This was absolutely crazy. Can you imagine? We need to recreate everything from scratch. So the second thing was how we are going to involve our team. I can tell you that we have been working for more than 6 months, more than 20 people. We have been working with Andy Fidel as, let's say, project manager and designer. We have been working with and Christi in the States for all the creativity and development of the app. And we have been working with our team in Spain with our XR labs and sound labs, where we have very, very good experts and all the people just for testing and production. So we have been working in a very, very big network in close cooperation with the School of Music, Reina, Sofía, where they have an incredible staff and very, very professional. So then when we try to explain our developers team how to understand what we want to represent in the project that calls magic, then they were in the opportunity to say, hey, we are going to make it happen, okay, out of the original script. So in the way that we need to jump out of the previous scene and just to get in touch with the soul and perceptions of the future people that is going to understand the world. So we want to jump to another level, so we need to create innovation around Vivaldi, innovation around Ara Malikian, and innovation about the technology. So how we are going to discover the different portals or walls when you are inside the environment. So in our first experiences, what we did is we did everything in the video templates, and everything, all that we programmed was inside the video. Now we decided to make it something more interactive in the way that the people that is going to live this experience will have the opportunity to interact and to live the experience as they were the owners, if they were part of the history, okay? Now it's one-to-one experience, so I is talking with you in every single moment. Now we are getting the 3D volumetric capture, but he's ill, so I think in 2-3 weeks we were able to interact with the volumetric capture figure of Ara Malikian inside this wall. And then once you are in the wall, you will move into the different portals for every season. So this is live. That means that you go from in the morning to the night, and you go from spring to winter, and you have different perceptions according to the different sounds and music that you are going to find in every season, okay? And this was something very, very tough to get the connection, but it's pretty amazing. So we have 4 portals where you get the different perceptions, and once you are in the portal, you are the owner, so you are going to interact with the video, and then you can manipulate the opacity and the transparency. So you will see the concert inside the atmosphere, and then you can interact with the different animals or with the different games that we already developed just to be part of the game, you know? So finally, we decided to choose one movement per session. That means that just to give you an idea, all the recording sessions were recorded with in 8 key, and now we are working in 4 key because we are going to make the launch with PICO XR Enterprise. That today will give us a high resolution, a high quality according to the video, resolution, interactivity, and the sound. So the sound is completely ambisonic. That means that when you are moving around the place, you can hear everything around you. That means that when Ara is moving around the or cycle around the scenario, and when he's moving and he's playing with the cello, the connection is really incredible, because you are just you are part of the orchestra, and you get all the feelings and perceptions as you were really inside. This is really incredible. It's a pity. I can share some screens just to give you an idea that what we are doing, but you need to feel inside. Many people ask me if we are going to develop this, let's say, in a web XR, and if we are going to put it in a metaverse platform or whatever. Yes, it is planned, but the perception of immersion is not the same. Today we have been talking with Sony to make, let's say, a new revolution of this project with a very big environment and with a bigger quality in the environments. So we are working a lot in different scenarios. But one thing is important. This is only a part of the project, because another part of the project is to go live. That means that when Ara Malikian is going to play in a live concert, then you will have the opportunity to see in big screens, flat screens, LED screens, all this magic, and no interactivity at the moment, but we are working on that, okay? So you can see the spring, the summer, the evolution to autumn, and how you can see the life, because it's the same scenario, but it's moving according to your decisions. When you go to the winter, you go to the portal of winter, and then everything is snow, and then you can interact with the fire. So the 4 elements, earth, air, water, and fire, are embedded in the world. So you can play with fire, you can play with the fountain of life. So it's really incredible. So there is a lot of magic inside. And now we are playing with incredible things like, for instance, how to discover some gifts or some things inside the world. For instance, to discover a treasure and produce magic, for instance, to play the violin. And this is something that will be developed for the second step, in the way that when Ara Malikian is playing in a live concert, you will have the opportunity to see in virtual screens holograms in real time, okay? This is something that we are doing, but if you are at home and you are watching the experience in your headset, then you can make a simulation playing the violin with your headset in 3D. This is another incredible experience. You can play the violin, you can play the cello. So in every session, we put in a specific 3D instrument that you can interact with, okay? So at the end, last week, we had the opportunity to present the live concert and how we did it. Okay, we went to the Sony Auditorium Theater, and we developed 2 sessions for the students of the schools. More than 600 students and teachers from different schools around Spain came to the auditorium, and they had the opportunity to watch live this experience. You can hear, not with the complete orchestra, okay, just with the quintet, and the experience was pretty amazing. I cannot tell you how the smile on the face of the students and the kids, and the perception and the feeling that they get, because they feel really immersed with some effects and some movements. So another very important thing when you are going to go live is that you need a very, very good staff. So we were working very close to the Reina Sofía staff. They have an incredible infrastructure in the way that the sound, the quality of videos, the quality of all the interaction that we produced in this live concert was pretty amazing. We were testing the system for 2 days, and at the end, the result was pretty amazing. We are still working on it and how to make it happen in small theaters, or to move all this experience all around Europe. And last but not least, the team. This is pretty amazing, and this is one of the key success factors. So the main, you can see here the musicians, Ara Malikian, all the scripts, and all the stuff that we're playing. It's pretty amazing, because when you see all the games, we produce around 20 games, and the games is about how Ara Malikian can reinterpret or to play the sound of the water, or how can interpret the sound of the wind or the dreaming, and everything is explained during this experience. So when you are inside, you will learn or you will discover different perspectives or profiles of the history. So the team was incredible. One person I want to say thank you. I'm not tired to say thank you very much is Andy Fidel. She is working a lot in this project with the promotion, with the project management, with all the scripts, with the management of Caus and Christi, that they are really excited. You cannot see how much excited is the team. They are working like crazy in this project that we hope to. Well, we are starting just already in the second stage, and this is part of the team, the producer, the post-production team. So it was really incredible. So, well, I have been rushing because I know that we don't have too much time, but I'm pretty sure if you have time to make questions, I'm pretty open for that, and for sure. Kras and all the storytelling team, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We will share the Frame VR page where we are going to upload some demos, some protos, just for the community, and we are going to make open sessions there just to explain and in real life how it was done. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, don't go away now, Carlos. We got some questions for you.
No, I don't leave.
I know, I'm
here.
joking. I'm just joking. But before, let's get to something very important before. We had 6 votes for which of the 4 concerti of 4 seasons were your favorite. And we have a tie. We have a tie between summer and spring. So there you go. Obviously this group likes the warmer weather. So there we go. And there's a real question. First one from Robin White Owen. In the interactive component, Carlos, it looks like you can pick up and hold a musical instrument. Can you actually play the instrument? Can you play the sound of the wind, as you mentioned?
No. You can touch and you can move, okay? Because one thing is important. This is a professional app. It's not a gaming app, okay? So to make it happen in real time, it will be very, very serious. I don't think we are ready for this at that time, you know? So, and on the other hand, this will be like a karaoke, you know? And this is something that was part of the project. For instance, when the concert goes live, if Ara Malikian is not there, if he's going to play and the musicians are going to play together. So we prepare everything around that, just with the post-production. But we said, okay, this is something is vanished. You know, it's fake. I really trust in real concept and the way that how we can integrate the hybrid technology with the real concept, okay? And not to go in this fake concert with avatars and something like that. Because it's so powerful that it's also an opportunity for new incomes, a new way to represent live concerts for the musicians, because the most important income is live concerts, okay? So you can experiment the experience just pre or post the concert, okay? But you will have some connections and some interactivities during the concert.
And that I think is, you know, where we've been going now for a few years, that getting closer to this, both in live theater, live/virtual hybrid theater, but now in opera and classical music, and certainly the textures and really almost the tastes, the presentation, the whole palette, everything that's created. I think it's beautiful. I mean, as a former violinist, I'm very partial to it, and I think Ari Malikian is an amazing partner for you to have. And really, I think that, you know, I can't wait to see the next step. I mean, first of all, I really want to experience it, because I think that you're creating a template particularly for young people who are musicians or even just interested in, the synthesis of music and interactive arts to create based on this, to create these kinds of interactive experiences with music. So yeah, and I think the concert hall is a great way to start, but it doesn't have to be, obviously.
Yeah, but
So
if you allow me, I can tell you something, because there are a lot of different part of the projects. Okay, one part of the project, the opportunity to create master classes during the classroom in a normal school. Okay, on a standard school. I mean, there are a lot of games. One game is how the sound of the rain is like if you were have clapping or something like that. Okay,
right,
then the teacher can assist the students and they can interact just during the session or after
yes,
the session. Okay. Another idea is the sound of the wind. And another component which is very important is sustainability, and how to access and to democratize the use of this technology for schools or students, schools all around the world, which is very, very important. They never have the opportunity to watch these people, and then they can give it. So all the app is inside the device, the glasses. You don't need to go to Wi-Fi, because this is a problem, okay? And this is really tough. So sustainability, focus on nature sustainability, because we talk about the good end, the forest, the water, how to survive, and everything is embedded. So embedded, and in this way we can put the focus or the power in the values, because we talk about earth, fire, which is very, very important. It's not only music, and in this way, when you see the kids, the feeling that they got, they said, okay, there is an opportunity for us. We love life, we love music.
yeah, and I believe that Raj Bhatt has raised his hand. I don't know if that was a mistake, but Raj,
Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, Carlos. Great project. Carlos, when you said sustainability, that made me think of the United Nations. Have you been able to approach them to see about creating a platform to help them?
Yeah, well, we are in touch with everybody. So the thing is that we need to promote the project all around the world. Okay, so we want to go to all the festivals, but when you go, let's say, in a normal way, official way, to all these organizations, the bureaucratic is too much, so you have to go in one direction, because you don't get the money just for free. This project was financed by the Spanish government and the European Commission, European Union, okay, and focus on social education and values. So another part of the future project could be, no, will be for sure, because we have been working on that for many times, is how to put in value the cultural heritage, because the heritage is amazing all around the world, and today nobody talk about that. So imagine that instead of putting Ara Malikian in the forest, we can put it in a church, or we can put it in a castle, or we can put it in another palace, or whatever, or Ara Malikian, or whatever. We can put any musician. But the thing is, the connection, because Ara Malikian is very close to the environment, and the protection and sustainability, So one thing is important, is that we tell the truth. And this is our truth. We are not telling, we are not, we are not faking anybody, So it's our truth. So this is why the spirit and the soul is so powerful. And this is, yeah. So
I was just going to encourage you to look at um, because you said water, air, earth, and fire. And these are sustainable goals that the UN is trying to meet. So
yeah,
if they could
sure.
be tied into like metrics somehow, you could measure the improvements. That you could show people how to improve what the actions that would be necessary to make a metric improvement
Yeah. Well,
in the
there are a lot.
water.
It's a very good idea, but this is part of the concept. I will tell you something.
Yeah.
One thing that for me is very important is to be very, very, very positive in the message. Okay, so for instance, if you see the in summer, for instance, yes, in summer there are some images about the fire, and there are some images about hunting. So we said, okay, we can put apart hunting and fire, and we can focus on positive values. So we don't want to put images about the crisis, the big images around the forest or the rains or whatever. So think about positive, and everything is beautiful. So take care about the beauty of the earth, of the planet, okay? And because then otherwise you go to the news and you can fight with this every single day, you know. So what we did is trying to recreate all these images in another very, very positive way. So the people, when go to the concert, or they put the glasses and I can tell you, more than 10,000 students already tested the music with 5 senses. Okay, now we have more than 5 senses in this experience, because you can touch. In the other experience, no, you can move, you can connect with the atmosphere. Okay, so I'm sure that the last experience we got let's say a balance around the 59% of people was saying, wow, it's incredible, I love it. So this will be incredible, you know. So this is why I think with these technologies we can change. I don't want to say that we can change the world. No, we can give a very, very positive message to the new generations, that they are crazy with TikTok, with blah, 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 watching stupid things with stupid words, just without understanding anything. And this is international, because it's only music. Okay? So the words, we are very few words, and we can put the words in a text. But the message is that in immersive technologies, you can feel, you can touch. Why you need words, you know? So if the message is inside, so this is the things that we want to transmit to all these people, you know? And the next generation, okay, I want to repeat. I want to see again. I want to be there.
Well, look, I think that once you get ambisonics involved, you're creating a richer oral experience. You did just a second ago talk about feeling and touching. Is there any consideration for haptics in any of this? Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is something that we are testing right now. Okay. But this is my investment, so and I'm not ONG. So the thing is that we are testing that because we think that today, I don't know in 2 years' time, okay? But today, this is something very important in the way that you can get the feeling. For instance, when you are in summer, you can touch the plants and the flowers. When you are in the winter, you can see that the snow is in your hand, okay? You cannot feel it because you are with the controllers. But anyway, you got the perception because the sound and the atmosphere is so well done that you are feeling really inside, you know? But the evolution, I don't know. What we want to do is to create a very open environment and development in the way that we can use, for instance, maybe in 2 years or 1 year, interactive screens, 3D interactive screens. That will be something incredible. But you know that when people is sitting in a theater, you don't. I hate that the people is touching screens with in the tablet or with your smartphone. And said everybody is watching that. Please feel the experience, and you know.
So I have a question, because of course.
Sorry. And what you said about ambisonic, yeah, with the
Go ahead.
classical music, especially with in the way that we put all the orchestra, when you are in the middle, you can hear all the movements, and when they are playing in this with these sounds, it's incredible because you really get the feeling that you are inside. You know, with
Of
a
course.
stereo, when you go in that way or with another way, always you are hearing the music in the same position. You know, and there were some movements where Ara start to move around the orchestra, you know, and you can hear in the distance the violin was playing around, and it's pretty amazing, this feeling, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's super cool. Well, one other question, because I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, because the more I think about it, this might be an interesting use case for Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
You know, a little less on your face or more, but the idea of combining your real space, which could be the Sony concert hall, with what you're you know, basically projecting, even if it's embedded, to give people that experience. I think that, of course, Apple's doing quite a bit in spatial audio. So I'm just wondering if that's even a consideration for you.
Absolutely yes, in theory. Okay. The other thing is, who is going to pay, let's say, minimum for 100 devices? Okay, 100, 200 devices, because the experience could be really impressive. But we need to change the storytelling. Okay, the concert cannot be the same, so we need to create another history in the way that we can. I said we because I'm a part of musician, you know, but we can make every concert as unique. So in that way, I said, no, okay, I saw the Ara Malikian concert about around Four Seasons. No, it was different in every place or wherever, because you can create a different history. Okay, and with the devices, you can interact, because maybe you are inside the game as well.
But what you're looking at from my point of view is also, it's almost like a personalized experience. It could even be a personalized opera in the sense that, or ballet in the sense that you have Vivaldi's music. Let's just stay with Ari and Four Seasons. But your experience of Winter might be different from my experience of Winter, given a whole host of things. So, you know, and I don't want to get too off topic, but we are running out of time. But, you know, Kirill asked a great question. This is probably what we used to call the $64 question. Carlos, can you tell us why precisely Vivaldi was chosen?
Well, it was seriously, I think it was by casualty, because Ara Malikian has been playing Vivaldi Four Seasons for many years for schools, you know, and he used to go with a storyteller, and but he only plays with 4 musicians in the stage. Okay, so the idea was to say Vivaldi is Vivaldi Four Seasons is very international. Okay, so everybody knows 1 or 2, and how to combine, or why to combine both. It was like the perfect storm, you know. So innovation in the way he plays and he interacts, and innovation as Vivaldi composed the Four Seasons. It was very difficult for the students to train during 2 days, because they never play the Four Seasons, never in their life. It was the first time, you know. So, but it's different to play with Ara, the Four Seasons, that to play, let's say, more classical way, you know. So the interactivity and all these things. So believe me, when I see from this camera, it was a small one, the Música XR 6K, which is marvelous. But when you see the duet between Ara and the cello, in the way they smile and in the way that they are playing some passages of it's incredible. This is something that you will never see in your life in the theater. You have to be inside, you know. This is another thing that you don't need the Apple Pro, because we were there with the cameras in the right position, and when you are watching that, you say, incredible, it happened. Yeah, it happened, but it was in this point, at that moment, and when he was moving with the violin and the cello was watching them, and started to smile, to say, he's coming to me, you know. Wow, it's incredible, believe me. So this is what it makes me happy to say, we can make magic with this technology.
Indeed. Well, look, you don't need to sell me on it, and probably no one else here. But we need to tell more people about. But we cannot wait to experience it, of course. So we look forward to hearing more from you through Vrara channels. And thank you for the answer. Kirill says thank you. Yes, of course. So here up for the Red Priest, Antonio Vivaldi. And thank you, Carlos. Really wonderful. And yes, but if you do believe Punxsutawney Phil, we will have an early spring. So for those of us who voted for spring, we'll look forward to that. But as always, really great. Congratulations on this work. And this is exactly what we do here in the Storytelling Committee. Really great job, and look forward to more. So bravo.
Thank you,
Senor
my friends.
Ochoa.
I love you, my friends.
It's all good. Thank you, everyone, for coming as well. And Michael, we'll be back in 2 weeks, won't we? Right? I don't know who we'll have on the 22nd, but somebody great. I think Michael has somebody lined up, so it will be wonderful. It won't be as good as Carlos Ochoa, but you know,
we will have a very good meeting in 2 weeks' time. I did not confirm it in time to tell you about it now.
Don't worry.
We'll have it next week to tell you about. All right, folks?
Yeah. Awesome.
Take care.
Great.
Take care.
Well, everyone, be well, be safe, and as always, be virtual. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.